Life cycle of the bee. The life cycle of the honeybee, it is also similar with the silkworm. Same as in the silkworm, the life cycle of the honeybee is also completed in 4 different stages, that is egg, larva, pupa and adult. The life cycle consists of the different steps to be followed by the honeybee type, in which the queen gets different days for completion of its life cycle, drone gets completed its life cycle within different days, and also the worker bee too. So let's go through the slide. Here, the queen bee once become capable of laying eggs, she first have the flight which is known as the mating flight or the nuptial flight. Once she gets developed or once she is ready to lay the eggs, in that condition, the drones also fly along with her. So the first flying of the drones and the queen bee during the mating season, in which the drones transfer their sperm to the queen bee, it is known as the mating or the nuptial flight. After mating, as previously discussed, the drones are thrown out of the beehive. In that case, the drones are thrown out, and later on, before the formation of the other drones, the queen bee keeps on laying the eggs with the help of the sperm that she had stored in her sperm bag. Later, after the eggs are all completed, then again the queen bee can even lay eggs without the fertilization. Here, the unfertilized eggs hatch into the drones, whereas the fertilized egg hatch into the worker bee. Let's go through the eggs. The queen bee, she lays eggs about 3,000 pin-sized small single egg in single compartment. Before laying eggs, she first checks all those hexagonal sections or the birth cells one by one and later lay the eggs. The eggs here are actually very small, or the grain-like structure in their look or the appearance. It takes about 3 days to hatch the egg into the larva. It is the next step here. The larva of the honeybee, they represent the structure of a simple small rice grain. It is not provided with any kind of other sense organs, but only the mouth. And here it is just the voracious eater, and that is why the sole function of the larva is to eat and grow. It is the voracious eater, it needs a lot of food, and in this case too, the worker bee, the busiest bee of that beehive, is responsible for feeding them. So the worker bee, they decide the food to be given to the larva, and also they decide the larva whether to be developed into the queen or the drone or the worker bee itself. Here, all the larvae are fed with a special secretion dye that is known as the royal jelly. That royal jelly is fed only to the larva which is about to become the queen. But the other bees which are to be developed into the drones or into the worker bees, the larvae, they are fed with the mixture of water, pollens and other things, which is known as the honey bread. So, the worker bee actually decides the development of the queen bee or the worker bee. Here, the queen bee is fed royal jelly all the time. Every diet is all supplied by the worker bee, whereas the mixture of the honey, water, protein and pollens, they are given to the other larvae as well as the adult honeybees. The larva gets developed over the next 5 to 6 days. During this time, they receive 7,000 to 8,000 visits by the worker bees. So all the time there is a feeding, and that is all done by the worker bee. The larvae later undergo molting process for the 4 to 5 times. In that case, only the larvae, whenever they are molting, they stop feeding. Otherwise, they start or they keep on feeding, and that is all done by the worker bee. After the 6th day, the larva gets turned into the pupa, and during that pupa, it is all secured by the worker bee. Let's have a look for the diet. The diet that is given to the queen or the larva to be the queen, it is all given the royal jelly. So the the larva which is about to grow into the worker bee is given royal jelly for 3 days, and later on they are given the worker jelly. So with the help of these jellies or the food type, the denotion of the queen bee or the worker bee is described. Here, let's go to the next stage, that is pupa. The bees begin to develop legs, eyes and wings in the pupal stage. In that time, whenever they turn into pupa, the birth cells are just closed by the worker bee. During that, they also form the cocoon-shaped structure over themselves, and they change into the adult one. The cells are all closed, and later they just chew up the shell and come out as the adult after 12 days for the worker, 14.5 days for the drones, and 7.5 days for the queen. After they come out of the pupa, they are first dry off their wings and then fly and start working according to the division of the labor given to them. So the adult, it is all ready, and they work for the functioning of the beehive. All the works to be assigned are already defined for each of them, and according to the ages, like first they will clean their bee birth cells. Later, they work for the formation of the honeycomb. Next one, they work for the cleaning tube. Thirdly, they work for the security. And lastly, for the foraging of the pollens. So here, after the formation of all the honeybees' eggs into the adult, that is, the drones from the unfertilized egg, and worker bee from the fertilized egg, and larva to be formed for queen, that will be defined just at the end of the recent queen bee. So altogether there are 50,000 to 60,000 worker bees, few hundreds of the drones, and only one queen in a single typical honeybee hive. So here's the summary. You can just go through this slide and go on reading for the lifespan, number of the days for the completion of egg into the larva and larva to pupa, then the time duration for the completion of their life cycle, the number of the bees in the colony, and the major functions. I'm again going to teach you about the function. Let's revise. Queen bee, the function, it is solely the reproduction and then producing of this meal so that the other bees can recognize her and her beehive. Nextly, drones, just to mate with the queen bee. And the worker bees, the whole function of the beehive, that is cleaning of the beehive, construction of the beehive, guarding of the beehive, and also foraging the food for the other bees in that beehive. So these are the things that we need to remember for the honeybee. I hope you are clear about this. Now, the economic importance of honeybee. Previously, we discussed about the economic importance of silkworm. Similar to that, honeybee is also one of the important insect, and in that case, why is it important? Here, the honeybees, when the rearing is done in the commercial purpose, that is known as apiculture. and that apiculture is all done for the honeys and bee wax and other products. So let's go through the structure. Let's go through the economic importance of honeybee. Honeybees can be inspired a lot, and also they could be used as the main role leader in which we can implement the lifestyle of the good discipline and the labor of division like that in the honeybee in our natural or daily life. Honeybees, they are very environmental friendly because they are the vital pollinators, and honeybees are those insects which actually help in the pollination of a large number of the plant species. The honey extracted by the honeybees are used for the commercial purpose. So that I have already described about the apiculture. Now, the honey includes the substances such as enzymes, vitamins, waters, and minerals which are mainly necessary for sustaining the life. So that's why taking honey is one of the best food ever. Nextly, the honey also consists of the pinosembrin, which is useful in the improvement of the functioning of our brain. Next, the natural wax or the bee wax produced in the beehive is used in making the toiletries and the goods like candle, shaving creams, and cold creams. Honey contains vitamin A, which is good for our health. It helps in the strengthening of the immune system, helps in keeping the skin healthy, and also helps in strengthening our eyesight. Nextly, honeybee contains B1, B2, and B6 as well as E, vitamin, and minerals like magnesium, zinc, iron, calcium, and copper, which are essential to make the bones strong. So, honey has been one of the important diet for most of the families. Honey also prevents heart disease and it helps us in the treatment of the bladder infection too. It also helps in the allergy. You must have heard about when the sting of the honeybee is done or it appears, we need to put that honey itself. So that honey will just reduce the effect of this sting. That is why it also reduces the allergies. Nextly, it also reduces the ulcer and helps in minimizing the hair loss, also maintain the blood sugar and help in inducing the sleep. So there are so many importance of the honey for our good health. The bees also helps in cross-pollination, and that is why it is important and it is known as the vital pollinators as we have already described. Nextly, as similar to the rearing of the silkworm, the beekeeping, it also helps in improving the economic status of the individual farmers and nextly also the nation. The nation could also have the economic upgrading so that they can produce the honey and export them outward. So the economic condition could be improved. I guess you are all clear about the honeybee. Here are a few questions that you need to test yourself. Hope that you are clear about the topic. Thank you.